Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Justy, and today I'm very excited. We are talking about Disneyland again. Joel from SD the other day did a video that was a Disneyland tag, and while I wasn't specifically tagged in it, are any of us surprised that I want to talk about Disneyland anyway? No. So I decided to do it. I'm very stoked. I think it's got some great questions, and I love the way he answered some of his questions. And realistically, I will look for any excuse to talk about Disneyland that I possibly can. So let's just get right in. I want to talk about it. So first up, what was the age of your first visit? Now, I'm pretty sure it was either like 10 or 11, one of those, like pretty darn sure. I think 11. My grandparents actually took me down. We drove down in a non-air conditioned truck in the middle of summer, I might add. And they took me for a while. It was such a great experience. I remember it fondly. We went to Build-A-Bear in downtown Disney, which isn't there anymore, but it was so cute, and I got to get a little dress for one of my teddy bears that I still have to this day because I was young and I could not afford to build a bear, and realistically that's not the money I should have been spending in Disney at that age anyway. I was so determined to make sure we had fun and got everything done that I had this little notebook with a checklist of everything that I wanted to do, and I checked them off as we did it, as we wandered around, as we saw things, which, I mean, hasn't changed that much. I don't bring an official written down list, but I always know the things that I have to hit when I go to Disney. It was just such a lovely experience. I'm so thankful they took me when I was that young. They actually took each of me and my siblings when we each hit 10 or 11. I'm pretty sure 11, I'm gonna say for sure. And it was so nice. I'm so thankful. My grandparents are my favorite people on the planet, so it was really nice to get to go to Disney with them. 2, which do you prefer, nighttime or daytime? I will admit the nighttime is beautiful. You get all the, the light up parades, you get the fireworks, all the lights come on. It's very, very gorgeous, and I don't dislike it. But I do have to pick daytime because daytime is when I can meet all my favorite characters. And while obviously I go to Disney for more than just meeting characters, that is one of my favorite parts. And I live for it. I always want to talk to Peter Pan. I always want to talk to Captain America. I want to talk to the princesses. So I have to pick daytime because they don't come out really at nighttime. So sad. 3. A Disney character I love seeing. This one really shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. It's Captain America and Peter Pan, the ones that I absolutely have to see every time I go, which is why my last visit was so sad because both of them were rained out. If we're going outside of those, I haven't seen them yet, but I would live to see Kristoff. Oh my god, I want to see Kristoff so bad. You have to go around Valentine's Day because sometimes he comes out with Anna, but I'm hoping in like Tokyo Disney because they have more of the princes come out. Like I've seen Philip and they love Frozen that Kristoff will be out, and that will be one of my top character meets ever. 4, the rarest Disney character you've seen. It was in Disney World quite a while ago. It was not only Pocahontas, who I think in herself is a little bit rare to see, especially because of some of the not great connotations behind her and her movies, but I also saw Miko, the raccoon. I couldn't believe it, and I have never seen him come out again with her or on his own. So I'm not sure if I got super lucky that day or if it was just like the season I went or if they were testing him out at the time. I don't know. But I couldn't believe that I actually got to meet Miko. It was crazy. And Pocahontas was lovely too. She was so strong, so powerful. Loved her. But yeah, I think that's probably one of the rarest that I've gotten to meet. I haven't gone to any of the like not so scary Halloween parties or any of those special stuff where like rarer characters come out. Maybe one day, but I'm proud of mine. I'm happy that I got to meet them as a pair. It was really cute. Number 5, or I guess I put 2 hands up, so that makes it 10. Number 5. What is your favorite land in the park? Now this may be a bit of like a basic answer, but it is Fantasyland. I really don't think that should be a total surprise to anyone. It's got Peter Pan's Flight, which is one of my favorite rides on the planet. It's where Peter Pan himself usually hangs out unless he's in Adventureland. It's kind of hit or miss depending on where you are. It's built like a princess fairy tale dream. Oh yeah, it's absolutely my favorite land, I'm sorry to say. I wish I could say it was one of the cooler ones, but nope. Good old Fantasyland, I love it. 6, what is your favorite ride? Well, I kind of just said it. Peter Pan's Flight. Again, no surprise to anyone. It's super nostalgic. I love dark rides. I think when you fly over London and over the miniature model of Neverland, like that is stunning. It is so beautiful. I love it to bits. That is my absolute favorite. If I have to pick a second favorite because everybody knew it was going to be Peter Pan, it would actually be the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride, the update to Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror was fun, don't get me wrong, but this Guardians update I think was one of the best decisions they ever made. It is so good. The theming is phenomenal. The ride itself is fun. I love the way the drop ride works. The music is amazing, and I love the little video you get with it. I think it is such a great ride, and I ride it like a million times whenever we go. Usually by myself because the friends I go with either don't like that type of ride or can't go on that type of ride, which is fine, but I will live on that ride. 7, my least favorite ride. So this is actually a tie between two different rides, Splash Mountain and Grizzly River Run. Not that I, think they're badly constructed or not fun rides. I don't like getting wet in theme parks. I hate it. Even if it's like the hottest day, I get very cold very easily, and when I get cold, I tend to stay cold. And also, I've usually done myself up to look quite nice when I go to the parks, and water ruins that. So I actually avoid those rides at all costs. I don't go on them ever. So those would have to be my least favorite rides. I know they're like classics, especially Splash Mountain, and people love them, and it's a log flume, whatever. I don't want to get wet, okay? I will, however, when Splash Mountain becomes the Princess and the Frog ride, absolutely go on it at least once to honor the beautiful Tiana and her beautiful movie. I will do it once for her and then never again. Number 8. Your favorite Fantasyland ride or attraction. So obviously I've already said it, it's Peter Pan's Flight, but I feel like I need to come up with something else. So within Fantasyland, my second favorite, I guess honestly would have to be It's a Small World. It's such a basic ride, and I know a lot of people find the song to be really annoying, but I like the song. I think it's very cute. It's a nice, cool building to be in for a while. The floating is nice. I love the little dolls. I think they're so cute. And honestly, it's got really good memories attached for me when we all went to Disney finally as a whole family instead of individually my grandparents taking us. My little brother was having the worst day. He was not happy. He was cranky. He was being a bit of a grump, if we're being honest. When we got on It's a Small World, you would not believe the immediate change. He lit up. He was bouncing around. He loved It's a Small World. He loved the song. So whenever I think of It's a Small World, I think of that time with my brother and how much he loved it and how happy it made him. And honestly, it makes me really happy to think of that. So definitely within Fantasyland, It's a Small World, right behind Peter Pan's Flight. Number 9. Yeah. What is your best memory? Ooh. That's hard, There's a lot of really, really good times at Disney. In theory, all of them are good. Okay, I got it. Top memory would be when me, Brian, and Steph went to Disneyland, and we went to Goofy's Kitchen because that's the best to eat at. A little pricey, but worth it. And we had one of the late reservations. So by the time we had kind of reached dessert, coffee, kind of ending of the evening, literally there was us and one other group of tourists at another table, and I think there was 2 or 3 of them. And that was it that was in the restaurant. Everybody else had already finished and cleared out. So we got quite an interaction with the characters. I've talked about this in its whole own video, but we played charades with them, which was the funniest thing I've ever done. It was so cute. They're really good at it. Minnie was killing it at charades, and they were being silly with us. Brian got put on a timeout by Pluto. We got Chip and Dale to quit at one point. It was quite the meal and one of my favorite times at Goofy's Kitchen that I've ever had. So I guess that would be one of my top memories. Number 10. Now I can put 10 fingers up. What is your worst memory? This one's super easy. It would be the last trip I went on with Anya and Nikita right before COVID when it was pouring rain. We had a good time. I'm very thankful I went. They're lovely. We did lots of fun things. I'm glad we got to take Anya, but it was most certainly not one of my best trips. It was raining so much, I didn't get to see Captain America or Peter Pan. We almost left early the first day, which is not something I do in Disney ever, but that's how rainy and cold it was. And we lost a day to COVID. They shut the park down. So overall, it was one of my weakest Disney visits. It was still good. We had fun. I'm not trying to be that complaining. I know it's a privilege to go, but definitely the worst memory out of all of them. Number 11. What's your favorite time of year to visit the park? Christmas is lovely. Honestly, like the theming is beautiful. Everything they do for it, I love. And I would visit again, even though it's super, super busy. But honestly, around the time of Dapper Day, we went one year and got to dress up and see everybody in their outfits, and I truly, truly love that. It was warm, there was no rain, so I think around Dapper Day would be one of my favorite times to go. That or September for my birthday. Number 12. Do you prefer the regular Haunted Mansion or the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay Haunted Mansion? I don't know if this is like a controversial opinion because I know some people like have very firm stances either way, but I don't mind either. I like them both. I love the Haunted Mansion. Obviously, it's a classic. Me and Steph go on it 100 times. We call the Doom buggies our Degs because they're Doom eggs because they shape like little eggs. And it's just such a fun classic ride to go on. But I think the Haunted Mansion Christmas overlay with Nightmare Before Christmas is so fun. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Jack and Sally. I think they do a phenomenal job with the decorations. I love that you get the gingerbread scent when you're going through the Great Hall where they're having a party. So honestly, I love both and I'm happy no matter what I get when I go. I think if I'd only ever seen one, like I kept missing my chance to see the original or I never saw The Nightmare Before Christmas, I'd be like really into one specific, obviously, and like trying to get that one. But because I've done both like several times, I'm very, very happy no matter what I get at the Haunted Mansion. I just want it to be open because last time we went, it wasn't. Number 13. If you could eat only one food for the whole day, what would it be? Well, that's hard because I don't want to make myself sick. I do eat a lot of churros when we go, just, you know, to try all the different flavors, but that's not exactly nourishment. Oh, I don't know. What could I eat all day? I honestly don't think there is anything that I could say I'd be comfortable eating literally all day. I would get sick on anything if I ate it enough. Maybe the popcorn? I love popcorn, and if you spread it out enough, it's fine. Maybe, I guess, popcorn or churros would have to be my answer, I think, because they're the ones that I eat most common. But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm never going to eat the same thing all the time at Disney. I am there to have fun, not throw up. Eat some vegetables. Number 14. What is your favorite dessert at the park? This is a better one because, you know, I don't have to eat it all day. The Jack Jack cookie Num Num is amazing and has to be on my list simply because it drives Brian crazy every time I say Jack Jack cookie Num Num. So it's on there. Churros, obviously, like I said, I eat a whole bunch, so they have to be on there. I'm trying to think of stuff I've really loved. The black rose dessert that I ate in my vlog was the worst. Certainly not my favorite and not something that I want to eat ever again. Yeah, I guess the Jack Jack cookies or no, oh, the ice cream at the Yeti's ice cream stand. Oh, with the blue slush. Does that count or is it a drink? I think it counts as ice cream. That's super good. I love that. So probably a Jack Jack cookie Num Num, the ice cream, or a churro. Number 15. What is your favorite restaurant in the park? So technically my favorite restaurant is Goofy's Kitchen for obvious reasons, but I realize that's in the hotel and not the park, so I don't know if people are gonna count it. So my favorite restaurant in the actual park. I think it was from the Royal Street Veranda because it was just a little like walk by, but the gumbo there is amazing. And while you technically can't go inside, there's tables outside, so I'm counting it as a restaurant. We love that gumbo. It was so good. And there's a meat gumbo for me and a veg gumbo for Steph, so we can both eat the same thing. I love that place. I love the gumbo. So I guess if we're picking inside Disneyland, that would be my favorite restaurant. Number 16. What is my favorite store in the park? Ooh, I do a lot of shopping, so that's hard. I love the pin stores because I'm a huge Disney pin collector. I've got a million of those, so I go in and out of those several times while we're there. I guess I'd have to say in California Adventure, I don't know the official name of like the shop, but it's like the dress shop from Downtown Disney in Disneyland, California. It's got all their products. I love that store. I love the dress shop. I love the products. They're $5 million, but God, do I want them all. So I guess I'd have to say that one along with the pin stores. I'm so happy I got the ink and paint dress from my friend in the States because I fell in love with that on our last visit, and I was so sad I couldn't actually get it because of the hotel that was stealing my money at the time. So I truly love that store, and I love all the dresses. I want them all. I want to be a Disney dress shop princess. Number 17. What is your favorite piece of Disney merchandise? That's easy. Come here. Haha! She is a little bit dusty. Our house gets really dusty, like dustier than your average house. It's very weird. It's not just that we don't dust. There's like so much dust in this house. But anyways, this I got from Walt Disney World, so it's iffy because I know we're doing a Disneyland tag, but whatever. And it was very interesting to get this home because I bought it literally like last day. Like I think we were flying out that evening and had to fit it in amongst everything else I'd bought. And obviously it's got water, so it's not like I could take it as a carry-on, even though, and it's big, so I wouldn't. But it's so worth it. We're on Captain Hook's ship, which is amazing. They all look great. And if you turn it, I won't play this for too long so I don't get copywritten, but it plays the song You Can Fly, and Peter Pan goes around the globe because he's ready to fight Captain Hook. And this is one of my favorite things that I have ever brought home, and I'm so glad I put in the effort. I love this. Now I have to wait for it to finish. Number 18. What do you collect at the parks? What don't I collect at the parks? No, but I think if I have to pick like the major stuff, it would be anything Peter Pan. One, I always bring something Peter Pan related home, whether it's a pin, a mug, a figure, whatever they've got at the time, because there's never like a massive selection, but always something Peter Pan. And then the pins themselves, I love the pins, as I talked about, so I always bring a bunch of those home, and I have quite a large Disney pin collection. They're technically for trading. I'm really bad at that part. Even if I've got doubles, I'm like, they're my babies, I love them, and I usually don't end up trading them, but maybe one day I'll hit that point. Who knows? Number 19. Ooh. What is one thing you'd change about the park? Other than putting it in Canada? Which would be bad. It rains up here so much and it's cold and we don't have the population for it, but I mean, this is my fantasy. So other than that, I would, this is based off my last trip, put in more covered areas for characters for when it rains. I know there can't be a lot, and I'm not saying they all have to have like a little pavilion like the princesses where they always are, but there could be like little areas that are covered specifically for when it rains, they go there to meet people, because it is very sad that they have to like all go away, and a lot of the like furry characters get to go inside, they explained, but people like Captain America, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, like there's no covered area for them, so they just don't come out. So more character covered areas, that's what I would put in the park. And number 20, what do I miss most about the park? Well, I feel like going to it is the most obvious answer, but also like the easiest. So what is something specific that I miss? Everything? I miss the magic. You know, it's such a fun time to go. You let yourself go a little bit. You kind of become a kid again if you're doing it right. And I enjoy it so much. I enjoy talking to the characters. I think it's so fun. You know, I enjoy that it's something me and Steph do all the time because she's my favorite human being and we have such a good time when we go together. So I kind of just miss, like, not just going, but like going with Steph because I love her so much. And I miss it. I miss Disneyland. And that's all 20 questions of the Disneyland tag. That was super fun. I told you, I love talking about Disney. So let me know in the comments if you think any of my opinions were bad takes, especially my opinions on the rides. I know those are a little controversial. And if you're interested in doing the Disney tag, all the questions will be down below. Absolutely go ahead. It's a lot of fun to talk about. I guess I kind of have to tag people. I don't want to like put any real effort into that. So I'm going to say their names, and then if they actually watch my content, they'll know they're tagged, and that's how it's going to work. So I'm going to tag Anya. If she watches this video, you got to talk about Disney from your one trip. Good luck. And I know Megan loves Disney, so Megan, you got to talk about it. And my good friend Vicky, even though you don't make videos, I want you to do it on Instagram because I want all your answers. So you're all tagged, and now I know if you watch my videos or not, which is fine if you don't, but now I have the knowledge. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my answers. If you do this tag, please let me know. I would love to watch your videos. I think that would be super cute. And otherwise, I hope you all have a great day. Bye!